You're watching America Trends. I'm Mary Burt-Godwin. I am so hyped up right now because we just had Holly Ireland from Broadway Musicals to celebrate National Broadway Musical Day. But you know what else? It's also National Coffee Day. My two favorite things, coffee and musicals. And so we have a very special guest to help us celebrate National Coffee Day. Will Holder, Mr. Will Holder's here from Visitor Coffee,
yes.
right?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
so
thanks.
happy you're here.
I'm stoked, yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, so tell me, okay, first, before we get into the coffee, I want to know all about you and how you got into the coffee business in the beginning.
Yeah, I grew up in San Diego. I'm in
Great.
South Bay,
San
Coronado,
Diego
Imperial
native.
Beach, back and forth. Worked in a cafe for about 7 years
Which
with
one?
my Tartine in Coronado.
Okay.
Yeah, that's great. With my partner and friend, Seth,
Okay.
partner with Visitor.
Were you a
just the two of
barista?
us. I was barista, served tables, worked dinner shifts, 5 a.m. shifts.
Okay.
Kind of a
So
little
you
bit
did
of
them all?
everything. Yeah, and
Okay.
that's kind of how I got hooked on
Was
coffee.
that a high school?
It was
college job?
right after high school into college
Okay.
and then into Visitor Coffee.
And did
Coffee
you
roasters.
drink coffee during that time?
Yeah, I drank way too much coffee.
Yeah.
Because you get there at like 5:30 a.m. and then that's all you kind of have.
Were you a coffee drinker, though, before you got the job there?
I was, but not too much. It was
Okay.
I went to San Diego State and drank
Okay.
coffee there, had a little coffee cart
They drink
there.
other things at St.
They drink,
State.
yeah, I think that was even went through like an energy drink phase,
Oh,
but that didn't last that long,
Okay.
probably thanks to Tartine.
Okay,
Learning
yeah.
that's not the good stuff, so
Yeah.
I moved to coffee, yeah.
And at the time when you were working there, and probably now, are you I would never step foot into a Starbucks or a Pete's or like a big brand name coffee?
No, I go there all the time.
Oh, you do?
still.
Okay.
Yeah, I do, because I spend a lot of my days, I do photography and I have an office job as well, and we do a lot of
Okay.
work in Otay Mesa, stuff like that, and sometimes Starbucks is kind of the only thing you can
It's the
find.
quickest.
So a cold brew at Starbucks is kind of but I try to go to local roasters like
Yes.
Dark Horse,
Got
James
it.
Coffee, a bunch of
There's
buddies
so many
of ours.
good
There's so
ones.
many good ones, and we've become close with a bunch, so yeah, they're
Okay,
all
so
friends
yeah,
of mine,
tell me
yeah.
that, how you segued from Tartine and being a barista and a server and all the things
Yeah.
to saying, I am going to open up my own coffee shop.
Well, we don't have a coffee shop yet. We are
Okay.
roasting for wholesale,
where
online
do you
sales. We
roast?
roast in the back of a shop in Imperial Beach,
Okay.
About 200 feet from where I live, which is nice.
Perfect.
It's nice for now, but we're growing out of it. We need to move into somewhere bigger.
You can wear your
For
pajamas
sure.
to work.
We can. Yeah, we're required to wear shoes, so when we make
okay.
coffee.
Okay,
but
got
we
it.
can wear pajamas instead of that.
That's fine.
So, yeah.
What about slippers?
Slippers, nah, maybe.
And
I'm
what
not sure.
requires you to wear shoes? Because you don't
I think
want to
it's
have
one of like
open.
the FDA rules,
Yeah, that makes
something
sense,
like
sure.
that, because it's a food
That
making
makes a
industry.
lot of sense, yeah.
But yeah, I was working at Tartine for about 7 years, and then I've always had like aspirations and dreams of running my own cafe and
Okay.
stuff. And then Seth is probably one of my best friends, and we work at Tartine together. Then we decided to start roasting coffee. Got a small coffee roaster, I took a coffee class in Barrio Logan.
Yeah, and so what do you learn in your coffee class?
Oh, well, I was learning about different origins of coffee, kind of the whole process from farm to cup, essentially. And
Okay.
before that, even though watched a movie called A Film About Coffee, and that's super inspirational. And I feel like a lot of coffee makers, coffee roasters kind of have watched that movie. It's a documentary.
That's what it's called? A film about coffee? Okay, I'm gonna have to check that
super
out.
good, super good. And it just makes you it makes you can't wait to wake up in the morning and drink coffee. Which is nice.
I have to tell you,
Yeah.
I'm that person that's like, I cannot wait
Yeah.
to get up and
It's
have
the
my
best,
coffee. It's
'cause,
the best.
Yeah, well, and we live in such kind of a fast-paced culture where, we've all done it. We need a coffee while we're driving and stuff, sit in a line at Starbucks and whatnot. But if you can actually wake up 20 minutes earlier, make a really good cup of coffee,
I said it
and kind
the
of
night
embrace
before.
the different flavors. Oh, that's genius. Yeah, that's
I don't
smart.
know. I still haven't learned how to set the timer on
Yeah.
the coffee pot. And I'm old school. I want a coffee pot. I
Yeah.
don't do Keurig.
We do coffee pots.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what
and
we do.
but just that
what I
push
use.
of the button and
Yeah.
like listening to it percolate.
Yeah.
I'm so weird, but
It's the best, yeah.
It's the best.
And it's very essential too. You need it. So,
I agree.
yeah. I
Okay,
do
so you're
pour-overs in the
you're
morning,
talking to
yeah.
Seth, and you
Yeah.
probably hopped up on some coffee, and you're like, "Hey,
So many cups of coffee. Yeah.
let's start a coffee
Yeah.
business."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
So you started roasting, and then what happened?
Yeah, started roasting on a tiny little tabletop coffee roaster, and now we moved to a 2-pound coffee roaster, and then eventually we're in the process of getting a 6-pound coffee roaster, so it's a standalone, bigger roaster, but we need space for that, and it's baby steps for sure.
Sure.
So we started.
When
really,
did you start it?
Super small, and both of us last year.
Oh,
Yeah, last
okay,
year.
great.
It's a new
During
thing.
COVID or before? COVID?
During COVID, yeah. But we were, I don't know if lucky is the right word, but we don't have a cafe, so we weren't totally hit by COVID, and a lot of people are drinking coffee at home.
Still drinking coffee even during COVID.
So eventually we definitely want to get a cafe,
So let's talk about the bagging process and all of this stuff.
Yeah, it's just Seth and I that do all that. So we roast and bag.
So your hand, you touched this.
I did, yes.
Wow.
We wear gloves when we put the coffee in, and when we roast.
You need to wipe it off now.
Yeah.
Okay, and so I want to smell it.
Yeah, that one smells
blueberry
amazing.
Or berries, lemon, milk chocolate, and lavender.
That one's insane. Yeah, well, it smells like straight blueberries. It's so good.
Wow.
That's my favorite one. Well, I love them all, but
can you smell it through the bag?
You can. We roasted it last night at like 10.
Oh, wow. And where do you sell your coffee?
We sell online. We have a subscription service, so mainly call it the Coffee Club. So you can sign up and get bags every month. You can get 1 bag, 2 bags, 3 bags, up to 4 bags a month, or when we have 12-ounce bags.
This is genius because I will tell you that
it's
the
nice,
worst thing is having to go to the store or like when I go to make my coffee and I'm out.
Yeah, it's the worst. Yeah,
it's the worst. So I just need it showing up at my doorstep.
Yeah, and if you call it the Coffee Club, so we kind of, we provide like stickers and little fun goods, totes,
and I love this.
patches.
Okay, let's talk about this. Your name is VCR, and I asked him before the break if he knew what a VCR before it stood for visitor.
I barely do. Yeah,
barely
I've watched my videos of my family on VCR,
there you
so
go.
that's all I know about it.
I have a video of myself playing Sandy in Greece in 10th grade that I still have somewhere.
So good, yeah.
So tell me though where you got the name Visitor Coffee.
Visitor is kind of our, I don't like saying the word, but kind of our ethos of, kind of alludes to the environmentalism that we try to, from the very beginning, try to take a stand for. We have compostable bags.
Okay, I was going to ask you that part of your environmental
so that kind of
practices.
leads back to visitor. Is kind of like, in essence, you only have one. We're all kind of visiting Earth in a sense, so try to like kind of tread lightly. We only.
Yeah.
It's like try to make as minimal. We all make impacts on the environment and whatnot, but try to make as minimal of an impact as we can. So that's kind of where visitor, like we're only stopping by.
Yeah, it's making me think like I will tell you I am so much more clean and neat and organized when I'm visiting someone's house.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I just wipe down all the counters and I make sure my stuff's put away neatly. In my own house, it's not the same.
Same.
Yeah. So
same.
I like that concept a lot.
Yeah, and we both love, Seth and I both love nature. We love the ocean, love surfing, hiking. And we also love space, especially Seth, my buddy. He's big into Star Wars and stuff like that.
Okay.
So kind of.
Oh, I thought you meant space, like he needs his space.
No, that we would not work if that was the case because our room is tiny and No, but love like kind of sci-fi, that aliens. So kind of that astronaut meets nature, kind of does. That's just, and visitor we think is a good name. That kind of.
Absolutely. Okay, so going back to your sustainability. And how do you bring that into what you do?
All of, the materials, bag, compostable. We have shirts that are made out of recycled plastic bottles. All of our bags that we ship, we have compostable shipping bags.
Okay.
Stuff like that. So from the very beginning, we've spent a little more money on getting that kind of stuff to try to help out the earth a little bit, doing all we can. Eventually, we'd love to do more, help out different nonprofits and conservation groups. Like there's a couple good ones in South Bay.
Well, and I think in California particularly, this show is shown all over the country, but I do think that particularly in California, San Diego, SoCal, more and more businesses are having that sustainability aspect to them.
Completely, yeah. It's essential. I mean, doing all we can, and obviously we can't be 100% perfect, but trying to.
Is this one of your mugs?
It is, yeah. It's one of my mugs. One of our mugs. We work with a really good friend of ours. He has a brand called Orange and Park, and he does really all the design work and typography for our company and stuff like that.
Okay.
And we have artists that do.
You created your. Yeah, and I was gonna say, so who picks the ingredients or what the mixtures? So you have lavender, berries, all sorts of things.
So those are the notes. Those are the notes of the coffee.
Okay.
And we work with a coffee trader that imports coffee from all over the world, and they work directly with farms, direct trade.
Okay.
They call it, and it's called Inter-American Coffee in East Village. And we have a trader that we connect with and try all sorts of coffees. His name's Pablo. He's great.
Okay.
Down in East Village, downtown San Diego. And he helps us, provides with all the coffee. Then we do coffee cuppings, kind of like tastings.
Yeah, I was going to ask you.
And that's where we hear that's where we taste the notes and whatnot. So
Okay.
then we pick coffees we love, and that becomes one we sell. So.
And is it like you switch it around like you would a wine or something, or what's the best?
Pretty much, yeah. So you get first the unground beans, put them in a little cup, smell it, and then it's a very interesting process. I would look it up, but it's great. It's a coffee company.
And
you
tell
walk
me again,
around
the
the
name
table.
of the movie is
A film about coffee.
A film about coffee.
Yeah,
And then where
yeah.
can we find your coffee?
You can find our coffee online at visitorcoffeeroasters.com.
Visitorcoffeeroasters.com.
Or
and
Instagram.
There it is right now.
Yeah.
Visitor Coffee Roasters.
Yeah.
Instagram, what's your handle?
Visitor Coffee Roasters.
Okay, that's easy.
Yeah.
I'm going to check it out.
Yeah.
And then I need to drink some of your coffee because I haven't had enough. I'm not hop enough.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for visiting
Yeah,
us,
of
Will,
course,
and best of luck to you guys. I
Awesome.
can't wait
Thank
to
you.
come to your cafe someday and have an actual cup of coffee there.
Totally, yeah.
And everyone at home, stick around. We've got more. We're going back to the musical theater topic with Molly Levy. I think they're going to quiz me on some musical theater trivia, and I'm going to show you all my stuff. So everyone at home, stick around. We've got more America Trends right after this.